Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Have you ever said something in frustration, and the moment it left your mouth, you knew the damage was done? A sharp tone, an impatient response, a reaction you wish you could take back. And maybe in that moment you told yourself, I was just stressed. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Stress does not just reveal pressure, it reveals leadership. Because in moments of tension, people are not only listening to what you say, they are feeling how you lead. And sometimes one unmanaged emotional reaction can undo hours of hard work, trust, and motivation. This is where leadership becomes deeply personal, because the greatest challenge is not always managing other people. Sometimes it is managing yourself. So the real question becomes, can self-awareness be the silent force that determines whether people trust your leadership or withdraw from it? That question led to Emotional Intelligence in Leadership, developed by Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman showed that outstanding leaders are not simply those with the highest intelligence, qualifications, or technical knowledge. They are often the leaders who understand emotions, their own emotions, and the emotions of others, and know how to regulate those emotions wisely. He demonstrated that leadership effectiveness is strongly connected to emotional control, social awareness, and relationship management. This became known as the Emotional Intelligence Leadership Model by Daniel Goleman. A leadership model built on one vital truth: if you cannot lead your emotions may lead your team. Let's break it down. The core idea. Daniel Goleman explained that emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize emotions, understand emotions, manage emotions, respond to others effectively. This means leadership is not just external, it is deeply internal. Because leaders constantly shape the emotional climate around them, their reactions spread, their tone spreads, their stress spreads, their calm spreads. So if a leader lacks emotional control, the team feels it immediately. This is why emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I reacting this way? How is my behavior affecting others? So what is the impact? Self-aware leaders create more stable, trusted, and respected environments. The 5 elements of emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman identified 5 major components. Self-awareness, understanding your own emotions, triggers, strengths, and weaknesses. A self-aware leader notices frustration before it becomes damage. Self-regulation, controlling impulsive reactions, remaining composed, responding instead of exploding. Motivation, leading with internal drive, resilience, and purpose. Empathy, understanding what other people are feeling, reading stress, reading disengagement, reading tension. Social skill, managing relationships wisely, communicating clearly, resolving conflict, building trust. Together, these 5 areas create emotionally intelligent leadership. So, what is the impact? Leadership becomes more human, more strategic, and more influential. Why self-awareness matters so much. Many leaders focus heavily on targets, deadlines, tasks, results, but forget that emotional behavior influences performance every single day. An unaware leader may snap under pressure, dismiss concerns, become defensive, speak harshly, and then wonder why morale falls. A self-aware leader notices, I am stressed, I am reacting emotionally, I need to control this before it controls the room. That awareness changes the outcome. So, what is the impact? Awareness prevents small reactions from becoming big consequences. Real workplace example. Imagine a deadline crisis. A team member makes a costly mistake. A reactive leader shouts, "How could you mess this up?" Fear spreads instantly, confidence drops, communication shuts down. Now imagine an emotionally intelligent leader. They still address the issue, but they regulate first. They ask, what happened and how do we fix this? Now the room stays focused on solutions instead of panic. Same mistake, different emotional leadership, different result. That is Emotional Intelligence Leadership by Daniel Goleman in action. Advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: builds strong trust, improves communication, reduces conflict, strengthens team morale, supports better decision making. Disadvantages: requires continuous self-reflection, can be hard for highly reactive leaders, takes practice to develop consistently. Where you see this today. Emotional intelligence is essential in team leadership, people management, coaching, negotiation, customer service, crisis communication, change management. Anywhere people and pressure exist, emotional intelligence matters. Because leadership is never just logic, it is emotional influence. So what is the impact? Emotionally intelligent leaders create healthier performance cultures. Key insight. Daniel Goleman taught us something incredibly powerful. People may forget your exact words, but they rarely forget how your leadership made them feel, because every leader transfers emotion into the room. Calm or panic, trust or fear, respect or tension. And leaders who understand themselves are far better equipped to understand others. So the real leadership question becomes, are you managing your emotions? Or are your emotions managing your leadership? Because the strongest leadership control often begins internally, not externally. So ask yourself, what emotional atmosphere do you create when pressure rises? Take a moment, pause and reflect. Grab a pen, pencil it down. One emotional trigger you notice in yourself, and one way it may be affecting the people around you. Because self-awareness is often the first doorway to stronger leadership. I hope this brought value to you, and I'm wishing you abundant success. Take a moment, pause for thought. What would you like to learn and explore next?